I think we're good. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day. We are having a great day. It's going to be a great day, and that's all that matters. Today is Wednesday, November 30th. It's the last day of November, and we're going into December, the holiday season, my favorite time of year, Christmas. And I'm going to be 60 years old this year. December 28th, I turned 60. So, woo, it's going to be interesting. We have a big bash. We'll talk more about that. But what's more important today is we got a great show for you guys today. I've got two of the best in the world, baby, right now in the house. That's right. I have my good friend Greg Potter and, of course, Kathy Rich. And they've got a brand new show coming up at the Des Plaines Theater. Holiday Christmas Bash, folks, on December 4th. 2 o'clock show. It's the Buddy Rich Big Band Machine and the Glenn Miller Orchestra, baby, all in one. Two big giant bands together at the Des Plaines Theater Sunday, December 4th. So we're going to have them both on in just a couple minutes. But before we do that, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. And let's get to some sponsors, folks. McCampbell Law Group. Attorney at law, Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, a statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven for the great service. He is the best. Honesty and quality. He's a good guy, man. Roy McCampbell, 708-275-4264. And don't forget my wife's company, so you'll never have to shop again if you work with credit card processing. Very simple. That's Laura Ocean Solution, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. You'll never have to shop again. Go to LauraOceanSolutions.com. Let's not forget Deutsch Power Center, Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry for the last 100 years. That's Deutsch Power Center. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. We got guests starting in December again, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we're so excited. Now, don't forget, tomorrow we have my lovely wife, Laura Ocean, as our co-host. A lot of good things happening tonight. We'll be at Rosario's in Roselle, folks, with Carlo Joseph is going to be being with us tonight. That's a 7 o'clock hit. Tomorrow, excuse me, we will be at the Zaza's in Lake Barrington with Jeff Dubray. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse in Schaumburg with the Professor Daryl Armenstad. And Saturday, Ocean's Rat Pack hits Champaign Urbana, baby. That's right. We're doing the Shop for the Cops big Save the Blue event, mega events in Champaign. Now listen to this lineup. Besides Ocean's Rat Pack, Mike Winslow, remember from the TV show Police Academy, former Chicago Bear Dan Hampton. How about the Big Dog Bounty Hunter will be there? And of course, the great musical guest, one of the biggest country legends there are, the great Lee Greenwood, folks. I'm proud to be an American. Yeah, plus you did a lot of records with Nancy Sinatra. We'll be opening for Lee Greenwood this Saturday, December 3rd, Ocean's Rat Pack. Thank you, Mega Events. Thank you, Big Mike. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we got a busy week coming up. Now, good things, folks. Good things, good things. Let's get going. We got some good stuff to talk about. We are redoing the whole studio. Hopefully by Christmas, we'll have a brand new studio, folks, and you'll be able to go to Ocean's Pit Facebook page. It's going to be all Ocean's Pit, old shows, pictures, and all good stuff. We're doing all that. I want to thank Phyllis Sahajas, my wife Laura, executive producer Laura, executive producer April for putting that all together. So we'll be moving the studio, and we're excited. After our we got some calls, actually, folks, after our Josie Award win in Nashville, Tennessee at the Grand Ole Opry when they said the winner is Ocean's Pit. We're still freaked out over that. So we got some stuff in the works that's going to try to make this show better for everybody here. We really do appreciate you guys watching every day. And if you can't watch it at 12 o'clock, you can watch it anytime because it's going to be on all the social media pages. And you guys know you're watching it right now on the Tony Ocean Facebook page. You're also going to be on the Mo Carraro page. You can watch it there. You can see it on YouTube. So please subscribe. You go to LinkedIn and Twitter. So most of the social media outlets, you can see the show, folks. And we're excited about that. Now, if you can right now, push the button and share the show. We really do appreciate it if you would do that. Let people know about the show. Don Esteban Cigars. Hey, ask for the Tony Ocean cigars or ask for the kind of hand-rolled cigars you like delivered right to your home. Perfect for stocking stuffers. Talk to Javier at 727-366-7536. Javier, that's Don Esteban Cigars. All right. Without any further ado, I had Greg Potter on before and Kathy before, and just to get down, everything they've done, and they've done so much in their books. But today, they also got a special show coming up, and it's going to be Sunday, December 4th at the beautiful Des Plaines Theater. It's going to be the great big Buddy Rich Big Band Machine, of course, with Kathy Rich and Greg Potter. It's going to be fantastic with the Glenn Miller Orchestra. It's a beautiful 2 o'clock in the afternoon show on a Sunday. Get your tickets. Go to oshows.com. There's a show you're not going to want to miss. This is heritage, man. This is two legendary groups combining their talent to give you all a great show all in one afternoon. Glenn Miller, the Buddy Rich Band, come on, along with Kathy Rich and Greg Potter. Bam! You can't get better than that. So without any further ado, let's bring them on. Let's bring my buddy Greg on. There's Greg.
She's here somewhere. I just don't know what happened.
She'll get it. How you doing, pal? What's going on?
All good. All good. That's why she lets me play a few songs up front anyway. Like you come to the gig, you're like, oh, wait, where is she? She lets me play while she's like fixing her hair or something,
Greg,
But
what kind of songs do you play?
Well, I mean,
what kind of songs do you
play
play
of this band. Well, it's all. No, I'm just saying I play like before she comes out. I'm just saying it's all the Buddy Rich stuff. It's actual stuff out of his book. But I'm just saying I do a few numbers before she comes out and sings. As we're finding out here right in our own home, we're supposed to go at noon with our buddy Tony Ocean. And what do we got? She's on the phone. I was just on the
part of show business.
And that's part of Who's the Boss. You let her do what she wants. No, she's actually here. I was on the phone while I'm sitting and waiting for you. Richie Onesti calls me. So it's like I got Tony on one, Richie on the other. I've got to talk to both of you guys. You know what I mean? I'm not putting anybody off here. No.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Richie
but it's Richie, just getting stuff together for Sunday. Yeah, it's going. It's live. See, she's really here now. Now she'll show up. Hello.
Okay. She's live. Oh, here she is. She is, ladies and gentlemen. We got in live remote right here, coming into your living room, Mr. Greg Potter and the incredible Kathy Rich. All right, ladies and guys, boys, girls.
My fingers are falling apart.
We got a big show. That's okay. You guys got a big show coming up December 4th.
Yeah, he's not talking to you yet.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, let's wait.
Wait, hold on. We got technical.
Now I can hear
there
you.
You go. Technical difficulties, but they've been solved.
Okay, that's
good.
That's part of the live. That's part of the live show that we have. A lot of watching. We got Florida watching, Colorado, California, Wisconsin. Hello, New York. Hello, New Jersey.
Wow,
buddy. Wow. Welcome. Pit on Estes Entertainment. All right, guys. Show coming up December 4th. Have you guys played with the Glenn Miller Band before?
Yeah, yes, I think we did back in 1947. Kathy and I were much younger.
I'm talking about you guys did the first.
We're a lot older than we told you.
This isn't the first time you guys are together, right?
What? No. No.
You know what I mean with the Glenn Band.
See,
All right,
this
now
is
wait a minute. Now listen.
I know.
You
I-
guys are
played
doing the
with them.
show with the Glenn
I
Miller
know.
Orchestra. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Now, yes, yeah. You talked to her about this because we're right. Originally, it started out we were supposed to do it with Max Weinberg, the drummer from
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. We had a thing set up back in November. Ronnie came up with this brilliant idea of putting the two drummers. He's got a band called Max Weinberg's Jukebox, and we've got the Buddy Rich Band.
Right.
We had that all planned. That was November. Something comes up with Bruce Springsteen, and now we just saw it. What was it? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction or something? Whatever. Something comes up with Bruce. Max has to back out of this thing.
Right.
So now there's Kathy. Kathy and I have like new outfits, new shoes. She just got her hair done.
We've got to do something.
I've got new teeth. So go back to friggin' Ronnie and say, Ronnie, we've got to play somewhere.
We got to do something.
So, again, you've talked to us before about like who's had our back in Chi-Town. It's Ronnie Onesti. He goes, all right, give me a minute. Where we saw him in the lobby of the Arcada. He goes, just give me a minute. I'll come up with something. Walks back, comes back. Okay, I got the Glenn Miller Band at the Des Plaines Theater. Why don't you guys do that? So that's how this got moved around. So we get to play. We get to wear the new Christmas outfits. Kathy shows her new hair.
And we have played with the Glenn Miller Band before at the Arcada like 6 years ago.
All right, so
we did like a battle of the bands.
We did a battle of the bands.
People are coming to. If people are coming to see you for the very first time, what do they expect from the show?
I'm a lot louder than the Glenn Miller Band. Expect more hair and more volume.
Obviously,
that's what you get. That's what you get.
You're going to get the classic.
Kathy, what are people going to get?
You're going to get the classic Buddy Rich charts, which are timeless and played to perfection. This band is fantastic. We have a great band from Chicago that we've been together for a year now. Just the same guys over and over. And that makes such a difference, so that's our core guys, our band. And so the band is so tight and, the charts are great. So, you're going to have a great evening of music. But Glenn Miller's band is fantastic.
It's fantastic too, but
it's very different.
It's different. Both big bands, I think we're 18 piece, they're 16. I mean, they're both big bands,
right?
But we're just, we have a louder drummer.
Absolutely. Hey, probably a better looking drummer. I bet you better looking too. Listen, is it going to be holiday songs?
Well, please, Tony, don't say anything.
Well, I mean, after getting off the phone with Rich Onesti, it looks like we're just going to have enough time for me to walk out there, Kathy to finish choosing what shoes she's going to wear, and then we're going to be sent off. The set is going to be a bit shorter. Last year we did a holiday show, and it was 2 hours.
Yeah, we did over 2 hours.
It was like watching Bruce Springsteen, but
exactly.
So I don't know that
was a Christmas show.
Well, he was just asking if we're doing any holiday numbers.
I don't think we are this time.
Oh, bah humbug! I've got the Grinch with me. She does not want to play.
I do not think we're doing holiday songs.
Well,
I believe Glenn Miller is doing an ode to World War II or something.
We will be the youngest ones there.
Well, whatever. Look, you're gonna get a good show no matter. You're gonna get a good show no matter what.
Yes.
Let's get down to
and like you were saying,
absolutely.
You're getting 2 for 1 there. I mean, you're
exactly.
Yeah, 2 for 1. You can't beat that all in one night. It's
right.
Des Plaines Theater. For Oshos.com.
Yes.
Hey guys, have you been traveling a lot? Have you been traveling a lot?
We have actually.
We just
came back from LA. Yeah.
Yes, we were just, and we have more
Do you
travel.
like Okay. Do you guys like Los Angeles better than Chicago playing?
No.
We like to play there because we have a great following there.
No.
So, we love going back.
I thought you meant, were you asking us which city we prefer? We prefer Chicago.
Yes.
As in, we prefer living here.
And what the order of Greg, what is the difference in Los Angeles except the audience in Chicago? What's the difference? Audience-wise.
Well, our bands in LA, I mean,
what's the vibe
remember,
like?
we work with Well, vibe-wise, the band we have in LA, we have more alumni members. There are more
Right.
men that, and that's the magic of this group. We're able to play with men that played
Actually played with Buddy.
Buddy. Of course, they're a little bit older, not as old as Glenn Miller, but I'm saying
Sure.
so LA has a big
Still
group.
alive?
How many times you can ask me that? I don't know.
Is Glenn Miller still alive? I don't
See,
think so.
this is why when
I think you're
Kathy,
getting your own.
if you ask her questions,
I think you're getting your own.
wait, what?
Okay, so the vibe.
The vibe
How
in
about the
LA
audience?
is we've got alumni
How
players.
about the audience?
Audience-wise,
We have great audiences. in
great
LA.
audiences. I
Yes.
thought you were talking about like the band and the band is all like we have alumni guys.
No,
but the people in
audience-wise,
LA
the audience in Chicago and the audience in LA.
okay. Audiences in LA
Better?
are
No, they love the band. Not better necessarily.
no,
'cause
not better.
The
not
band
better.
is
It's
very well received wherever we go, which is lucky
Oh.
for us.
and that's why
so-
we're so humble.
No, it is. I mean, people don't come and then say this is
Yes.
the worst thing I've ever seen. They usually have a good time.
She doesn't read my emails; she reads her own.
They're having a good time.
Go
Yes,
on.
but the band is well received.
Let me tell.
Yeah, but the
Yes.
band.
Let me ask you. What kind of age are you getting of people to come to your shows? The age.
Like
The Buddy
every
Richard.
age, we get
What kind of age?
kids that are
Like
drummers,
a lot
up
of
and
drum,
coming, a
drum
lot of-
enthusiasts, younger people.
yeah, a lot of
And then, I
young.
mean, 'cause you're right. The people that actually saw, Buddy passed away in 1987. He played up until 87. So, I mean, people that saw him like live would be,
well,
they'd still be
anywhere
considered, they'd be
between-
young. So, in this
Right.
this band, we're not like a tribute to the level of that we're trying to recreate Buddy. We just want to keep his memory out there,
Right.
so the excitement
Sure.
of, I mean, same deal with, I'm sure, the Glenn Miller situation. It's not that someone's dressing up as Glenn Miller. As you see now with these bands, there are more Beatles tributes and Kiss
Right.
tributes than the real Beatles and the real Kiss, Well, yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Whatever, but I'm
but
saying
let me ask
they're
you,
not,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Kathy. Was it hard when Greg, when you got into the band for the very first time? Was it hard to sit in that seat, knowing who you're up against?
Oh, yeah. That's it's
Right?
It's never
I mean,
easy.
it had to be
Yes,
very,
it's-
very difficult.
yes,
right?
it'd be
Go
much
ahead. Tell me
easier
the
for me
story.
to
How did
join
it all
a
come-
Kiss tribute band.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, how did that all come about? So, for people that might know, how did you become the drummer in the Buddy Rich new
Yes,
big
Greg,
band
tell us.
machine? How
How
did that
did
all
you
work?
become the drummer in the Buddy
Tell us,
Rich band?
It's pretty simple. I'm sitting right in
Yes.
her living room. At some point, she looks at me and says, "Are you getting a job?" I said, "Yeah, I've got one. I'm playing rock band karaoke. Come see me at the Cubby Bear for
There you
free."
go.
And she goes, "No, wait a second here.
There has to be something.
There has to
better
be
we
something
can
else.
do.
You play the drums decent." So basically, it came about in that Kathy has been doing the Buddy Rich Memorial Concerts for 25 years prior to Potter coming along. And that is,
Sure.
she would get, between 6 and 10 of the Neil Pearts, the Terry Bozios, the Simon Phillips, the Steve Gadd,
Gadd,
all
yeah,
the
everybody.
best, Steve Smith, from the best drummers ever to come and play with the Buddy Rich
And
band.
then I got you.
I'm explaining how it came about.
Oh,
understand
You see,
that is so
you see-
sweet.
So she, it's so sweet. Now you see, I'm glad you have a lawyer's name at the front of your show, because I'm going to be calling this man when I'm done. So put him on speed dial, because I'm calling the lawyer, because he says it's results driven. I need
You
results.
do need some
with
results.
you.
I got to tell you.
All right. It's
So
driven, yes. But all those
So-
big seats that you just
she has-
mentioned.
yes, so I'm in competition with them too, because as I'm driving to a gig, she'll get a text message from Greg Bissonette, who's on tour with Ringo. "Hey, can I come play?" Or like we just said, we just had Max
Yeah.
Weinberg. "Oh, if Bruce Springsteen's not busy, I'll come and play, Kathy." And then here's, I'm driving through the drive-through at Portillo's. "What did you want on your salad? Is that okay? The dressing isn't right." While she's on the
Okay.
phone with God rest
So
his
we
soul,
got-
I
we got
remember
that.
one
Okay,
time
now-
when Neil Peart would call. Neil Peart, like we would be driving, I'd be driving to Target or something, and and the phone would ring, and the name, I think it just said Neil or something. I mean, like you knew him really good. It said something else. I can't say it on TV here, but I'm just saying it would be like Neil's on the phone. What's going on?
Okay.
So yeah.
So to answer your question,
what?
How
Well, let me ask you something. But
that
yes.
No.
Yes, he wanted to know how you became the drummer in the band.
I'm explaining.
One day we just decided to go into the studio and record some tunes with Greg playing, to see if it would work.
Right.
Okay.
And
did that.
it worked. And literally within an hour, I put it on Facebook that we were doing that. And an agent called and said, "Do you guys want to go on the road?"
An agent?
An agent.
What's his name?
His name is An Agent.
Okay. Actually, she really did. I mean, remember
Yes.
back in the day, like this would be right after MySpace.
No, it was 2011
I know.
or 2012.
I'm funny, as you can
Not
tell
that funny.
from my new. Yes, I am.
You're not that funny.
Okay, but I'm saying she put it up on Facebook, like we're in the recording studio with
the band.
Greg, blah blah blah. I'm saying by the time we were putting the drums back in the van,
We had an agent.
the agent was like, "Do you guys want to go on the road?" And Kathy's, well, sure we would. Wow,
And that's how it started.
And that's really how
And
it
we
started.
haven't stopped since
And we
then.
haven't stopped. And
Well,
that
Kathy,
really is how it went.
This question goes out to Kathy. Kathy, how did you know that Greg was the guy? How did you know that he was the one that would fit the bill? Out of all those calls,
I didn't.
She's in love with me. She loves me.
That has nothing to do with your drumming.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't know he was the guy until that's why we went in the studio to see if he could be the guy. So once we got there and we could see
let me ask you, how many guys went into the studio before Greg came in and did his stuff?
None.
No. I mean,
This was just a thing for us to see if he could do it.
right. Yeah, it wasn't a matter of that. Kathy.
It wasn't an audition.
No, because she had done the Burning for Buddy recordings that had 12 of the. How many drummers are on that? Like 20?
32 or something.
So like I was saying, it's not a question of. It was a matter of, remember.
22.
Oh, 22 drummers?
22 drummers.
What we were looking for doing, like we said, keeping Buddy's name.
But keeping it going
in a
all
fun,
the year long, as
right,
opposed to doing one memorial concert
every 6 years or
few
5
years.
4 years.
Right, which is great, and we will still continue to do them.
Yeah.
But this was more along the lines of what my dad wanted me to do, which was to have the band working all the time.
Right. Buddy wanted to see a touring, not, we've got the drummer from Journey. Let's see how many songs he plays. It's like Buddy wanted it to be a touring band, like when Kathy was a little kid jumping on the bus with her father.
Right.
And now she jumps on the bus with
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an idiot. Well, I'm not an idiot.
There you go.
She jumps on the
So that's how that's
back in
literally how it happened.
Kathy, did you do back? Okay, let me ask you. Have you guys done a show in Brooklyn? Did you go back where your father was born?
Yeah.
We actually
Yes.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did
Yes,
you guys
we
ever
did.
go back to Brooklyn and do it? Okay, how did that
We
go?
did.
How did that
Yes.
go? How did that go?
That was fantastic. Actually, that was
How did that go?
amazing.
I don't. The necklace is in the other. No, it was absolutely. And I mean that the magic of being where Buddy is from. But that was the first time I got to meet the man that ran the Buddy Rich fan club from 1966 to when Buddy passed.
Yes,
He came out to see it, and when that was what I've always said about all of these things. When I do read something rotten on the internet about me, Kathy's family. The guy that ran the Buddy Rich fan club from 1966 to he passed in 87, alumni players, if they dig what I'm doing and they're positive,
absolutely.
And Kathy, that's more of what we're doing. And that's meeting that man that ran the Buddy Rich fan club. And he was just, because, he gets it. It's not a matter of, oh my gosh, you found someone that could actually hold the sticks like Buddy. No one is like Buddy. I don't care.
And we were actually just talking to someone yesterday about this. It's like, when we do these things, it's for Buddy's memory and his legacy. It's not that you're going to imitate him, you're going to play like him, you're going to sound like him, because that will never happen again. So that was once in a lifetime to have that talent. Hold on. But it's like people ask, well, he didn't play that and he didn't do this. Well, that's not the idea. It's not supposed to be an amazing, replication of Buddy. we would have a hologram of him out there if that's what we wanted to do.
Right. I mean, when you do listen to Buddy Rich
Correct.
play,
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a
Correct.
drummer or not. Right. When we say Buddy Rich is the best, that's it.
There'll never be another one like him.
Not in our lifetime.
No.
I'm only going to live probably another 50 years because I'm only 29. I'm 32. I'm 36
Changing
right
it
now.
as you sit here.
Something.
But I'm saying I'm only going to be. But there, I mean, I don't care what what I see on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet
No.
where someone is like Buddy. Now if you want to play like him, that's another thing that's good about what we're doing right now. We can help you with such things like that. Take for instance, right now you can buy a Buddy Rich model snare drum right on the BuddyRichBand.com. You can have this
Oh,
under
yourself.
your Christmas tree. Look at that. You could have them. You'll sound almost like them. Comes with the commemorative Buddy Rich
Almost.
drum heads. And if that isn't enough,
That isn't enough.
you're going to want to hit those
BuddyRichBand.com.
BuddyRichBand.com. You can get all of this stuff. That
Buddy
we're not
Rich
only
sticks.
keeping his memory alive, we're keeping ourselves in this house. Buy this. Just buy something. Well, no, but that's we're trying to keep
People
the man's
asking,
memory alive.
Wait a really for sale? Wait. All right, listen.
Yeah,
Are those
literally, you
things
can buy
Literally
all.
for
really
sale.
for sale? Can they go buy?
Yes,
Made to order.
Yes, custom
made.
custom made right here in the
We'll
United
sign them,
States.
whatever you like.
But it's a Buddy Rich model snare drum modeled
And
after
how do-
what he played back in the day. Yep. We keep
And what is the
We keep losing them.
want to buy something? Go to
they would go to
what do they
www.
what do they go to find that link?
They would go to our website,
BuddyRichBand.com. TheBuddyRichBand.com.
TheBuddyRichBand.com. And you can get
Yep.
your stuff that's made
There's
for
a
the
whole
Buddy Rich stuff. So there you go. All the drummers that are watching right now, that's what you do. TheBuddyRichBand.com. Find out what they got for sale there.
You can
It's
get
gonna
this
be a lot
hat.
of good stuff.
Or this.
You can get this hat.
Or the sweat.
You can get the
Or
sweatshirt.
hoodie.
You can even get a
sweatshirt.
Buddy Rich
And
drum
the stick.
tuning key, and then if you have the extra money, you get yourself a Greg Potter drum tuning key. So your drums not only
Tuning
your
key
drums
yourself.
sound really good, you put the Buddy Rich on there. You want your drums to sound
So.
so, boom, you get this. Your hair doesn't look like mine, you wear the hat. There you go.
You're just a walking
There
ad.
you go. Absolutely.
But, well, what else are we?
Oh, let me ask you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, guys. What do you think, if Kathy, if your father was still alive? What do you think you'd be thinking of music that's going on in this world?
Oops.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, don't put me in that pot.
What are you thinking
of
about the
fish.
music in this world?
You know,
Bad
Buddy
bad
Rich
pot of
was pretty
my
conservative.
dad, again, it's like he was a genius. I mean, a literal music genius as a Mozart. So, what do you think Mozart would think of the music
Sure.
of today? Right? I mean, there are great
Absolutely.
musicians,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, we keep getting the same thing recycled over and over, auto-tuned, people that everybody sounds exactly the same cookie cutter music that's going on right now. So, it's hard for there to be a star that steps out. It's been a while since we've had like an amazing artist. There was Prince, obviously. He was an amazing artist. He played every instrument. He was great.
Sure.
There's so many people. Unfortunately, it's like that line stopped. So it's now today, it's like, whatever you can
Absolutely.
get on YouTube, whatever you
agree.
can get, whatever you can upload and have, 5 people watch, and then, you buy clicks and you have 1 billion viewers.
I mean that
So-
I think Buddy would really be, as much as he'd be excited by the internet. I don't know that he would be that
musically,
excited.
I don't think I'd be very excited about it.
If he realized that his videos don't get as many hits as "Catch You Outside, Gal" or whatever, he'd probably be a little bit upset.
Yeah, right.
It's
It's a little different now.
Yeah,
The artistry,
Kathy,
it
let
seems.
me ask-
artistry seems to have somewhat disappeared in every area of entertainment.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's quitting Hollywood because he said there are no
Yes.
longer movie stars.
Right.
You know, I mean, if a guy, you know, that could have lived through the Weinstein era can now tell us, oh, I'm going to quit the business because I can't really find stars anymore.
Right.
And then you look at it and you go,
You're right.
wow, you're right. Everything's not a Marvel comic movie. Well, it is.
Or it is.
You know, I mean, it's like if you could put that costume on and I mean, I'm not saying I'm knocking it because believe me, if they call me for
Wakanda 3.
Right.
we're not far from Wakanda because when I go to Great America, I'm writing Gurnee. Isn't Wakanda right up there? Is that what they say? Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
It's right up by Gurnee, and I pull off there and I go to that big mall.
Very nice.
Yes. So,
It's right over there.
but I'm saying
But yes, I
that's
don't
where
think
the
I
state.
don't
You're
think
right.
he'd be
So,
thrilled
I don't think
with
Buddy
the
would be-
state
no.
of music right now.
Right. He would probably be thrilled with the fact that
What
he
about,
could get a
Kathy,
private
what was
jet
it
to
like?
fly him everywhere instead of sitting on that.
What was it like growing up, being next to your father, going to those performances, meeting all those great celebrities? What was it like? How about better yet, how was it like when Sinatra? What was that like?
Oh my gosh. Well, my father and mother were both friends with Frank way before I was born. So, you know, my dad and Frank were in the Tommy Dorsey band when they were teenagers. So they were roommates at the time when they were both coming up in the business. So they had a lifelong friendship, you know, before me. And then my mother, who was in the movies, also was friends with Frank, as he was with many young, beautiful starlets of the day.
Did your mother know Frank well?
She knew him very well.
Very well.
And they remained friends throughout their lives
There you go.
as well.
She knew Frank,
She knew him.
and she didn't like his new wife.
Yeah, she knew him. Okay,
Third,
as
fourth,
well
fifth,
as well as you can know him.
Whatever.
Didn't like him.
As well as you could
She
know him.
How long-
She knew him.
Well,
That's like we like to
But wait,
people that are no longer with us.
But-
Poor
How long-
Maria.
I have to
How-
tell you though, but
Yeah.
Frank was like the greatest man. If you were his friend, he was your friend for life. That was it. You couldn't get rid of him. You know, it was like that. He and my dad had a friendship, you know, that lasted forever until the day they both left us. So, you know, when you hear all these stories about, you know, Buddy was a tough guy and Frank was this, and, you know, they couldn't get along with people, you know, think about navigating show business just on its own. No easy task. So imagine being at that level and having constant people, you know, griping about what you do and who you are and who you're associated with and, you know, why is he doing that? So yes, there were moments when both of those men might have been a little feisty, but they were great men.
Sure. And that yeah. That's like with any, if you think about it, when you get to that level of fame, I mean, you got to think with people just coming at you all the time and can you do this
All
and
the
you
time.
can do that. It can't be, it's got to be like that 24 hours a day, like a revolving door all the time. You know what I mean?
I will give you another example. We were just with our friend,
Yes.
I'm going to drop a name here,
Yes.
Johnny Depp.
Okay, so when she's with me, she's with Johnny Depp. When she's with her dad, it was Frank.
But I said
So-
to Greg, because Johnny is, I mean, you want to talk about somebody who is just being constantly
Yeah,
bombarded.
he's pretty
I mean,
popular.
it's ridiculous. And I said to Greg, I don't think I would like that level of celebrity because it's so over the top and you really don't have a moment where you can just be Johnny. You know, it's like there's so many people around all the time.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
it's a little bit too much.
but that
to
would be. I'm
that
sure
level.
that's how Frank
That's how
was.
Frank was.
But Frank kept like an entourage. Johnny really has only a small group of people with him for the
Yeah.
level of star he is.
Right.
I mean, we were you know
Yeah.
with him and Jeff Beck, so it wasn't like maybe on a movie set he has
Sure.
a bigger.
But that's
group,
a safe space for him to be in. But just to
Yeah.
be out in the world because they were touring.
right.
So there was just a constant barrage of people.
right.
And so that level of celebrity is not something I think
That-
I could
that had to be-
deal with.
Right. So we've just got to, you know,
completely,
make sure.
A very
Crazy.
difficult.
Yeah. but he navigates
Yeah,
it
it's got to be.
beautifully.
Hey,
He's
folks, you're watching
really a
Ocean's Pit
sweet man.
show, a little show. Yeah, seeing the Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things, folks. We have with us today, of course, our Greg Potter and great Kathy Rich, folks. Have a big show with the Big Machine. It's going to happen, folks, December 4th at the Displays
Sunday.
Theater.
Sunday,
Great
yes.
show, 2
Wow.
o'clock.
It's this week.
Sunday
Sunday,
with the
be there.
Miller Orchestra.
US 30 drag
It's going to be
strip.
great. Let me ask you something. Yeah, Dirty. There you go, Greg. Let me ask you something.
That's
You've been.
yes.
I mean, is there anybody if you're the closest to Buddy Rich? Who would that be? I know Buddy Rich is the best, but who would you say? Even you say is like,
Okay.
wow, right underneath there or right in the same level.
You mean people that I admit in public
In your
that
opinion.
I like? I don't like
Who?
anybody. No. There's this guy. There's this
There's a
guy
guy
named
named
Dave
Dave
Weckl.
Weckl.
Dave Weckl is a man that's out there. I mean, Dave Weckl comes pretty darn close. I
He's
mean,
a great musician.
he's. I'm saying he's like. I'm not saying I'm not wonderful. I'm just saying there are different.
Oh, you are wonderful.
There are different approaches, and you're asking me who I think. Now, this man has played. He came to London with us. He
Yes.
came to Italy. I mean,
He's
he
done
toured Europe
most
with
of
us.
my memorial concerts.
Yes, and he's been around Kathy.
Yeah.
Not the way Kathy's mom knows Frank or knew Frank. Kathy doesn't know Dave
I
that
do not
way.
know Dave that well.
I got it.
But we do have to watch Johnny Depp because believe me, the way he stares at her and holds her hand when he talks, it's getting a little weird. Gene Simmons was one thing. At
Okay.
least we knew what we were getting right out of the bottom. Like, Kathy, you got in Gene Simmons' dressing room, something's going to happen. Johnny is playing it pretty tough. I mean, he's pretty he just holds both hands. Like he does one of these, like when he talks, both hands. Kathy, we've known each other a long time. It's like,
I've known you 5 minutes.
yeah, and Greg's been here for all 10 minutes. We've known him a couple of years, but still.
Yeah, there you go.
This Dave Weckl guy, but I'm not here to talk about him. I'm here to talk about me. No,
Dave
Weckl is
Weckl would be
Weckl
the guy.
Weckl is the closest thing to Buddy
Like
Rich.
if Greg wasn't around playing with the band, then it would be Dave.
Yeah, and then Kathy would have to sell some of the furniture to
It
afford
would be Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Before Dave. But let me ask you, did you guys ever think of getting a regular gig maybe in Las Vegas and play all the time there? Did you ever think about something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
We've talked about it.
yes, and we're always
It would be a great spot for the band.
yes,
Absolutely.
and we've been working because again, those things you can say
Absolutely.
them, but to get them to happen, it's. But yes, we're always looking. We've had ideas where people have
yeah.
thought of
It's
concepts.
something that's on the table.
Yeah, we're always ready to do that because yes, I think this would be an unbelievable fit because another thing with a band like this, as with
Well, just
Buddy
with the history of Buddy
in Vegas, but it's
I mean, I grew up in that town,
Yeah.
so yes,
Right, she lived there as a
it's
kid.
a natural place for the band to be.
but it's
Sure.
a matter of it's a band that you've got to come to see,
Right.
And that's what Buddy did by touring 312 dates a year.
Right.
He was out so people saw it and saw what it or heard what it was. Because again, you say the Buddy Rich Big Band, you see already, you're saying it along with Glenn Miller. So you're thinking, wait a second, Glenn Miller, Kathy and I will be the youngest people even in the parking lot. Because I'm not knocking it. I'm saying
Right.
it's a different
It
genre, no
skews
different than
So
us
a different thing. Buddy's bands were
Right.
always modern
modern, young.
music, young guys in the band,
And-
always had like kids in the band, that just were right out of school.
And you know me, you know the way I play the drums. We're not approaching this like 1947 or even,
And
we
that
are. We're
wasn't
approaching
his
it like,
idea.
yeah, we're approaching it like Buddy Rich 1977. Watch Buddy play when he was 50 years old. The
Oh,
guy
yeah,
played like he was
crazy.
22 and his attitude was like he was 19. I mean, the guy didn't look back and I'm nostalgically looking back
No.
at the guy lived like, so I'm saying not that this is as hip as, we're not doing rap numbers. You
no,
don't
there's
do
no
you?
rap. No.
I'm saying we're not doing that. We're not doing.
No,
although
right.
We did have a chart written once. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it, staying authentic
Skewing
to
it
Buddy,
very, very modern.
right? But that's why you're asking about the audiences.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll play well with a Glenn Miller audience, but we'd also
Play well with the rock
if
band.
you're a younger younger drummer, younger musician, or just someone that loves to hear music, this band really does.
There's great musicians in the band.
Yeah, the musicianship in the band too keeps it at a level that's pretty exciting. I mean, you're not going to be stuck with, okay.
No, I got it. What you're saying, Kathy? If you guys,
You know what I mean?
Is there going to be? Yeah, I get it. Is there everything about your father? Anybody? You maybe putting a movie together about your father?
Absolutely. We talk about it a lot, and it right before COVID hit, we were right there. We were doing it, and then everything changed. Hollywood changed, so we're coming back into the process now.
Yeah, all of this
it will happen.
Yeah, all this stuff has been. I mean, there are scripts, there have been producers.
Yep.
But right, like I said, a lot of these things you can just say it, but to get it from where you said it to where it happens.
It's a process.
We're going
and it takes a long time.
Yeah, we're going to London in a month, or when are we going to London?
2
Whatever.
months.
This London deal has taken 2 years to get us back to playing in London, where you would just say, well, didn't you guys just play there? Can't you just go back? Well,
doesn't
no,
work like that.
now we've got, because of COVID, we have artists in the queue that were supposed to play in 2020. That I'm just saying, so same deal with
Everything's
movies.
backed up.
When we were talking to producers about the movies and stuff, they were like, we have so much backlog, things that were supposed to happen in 20. When did the world
19.
close? 29. When did
The end of 19 into the beginning
into 20?
of 20.
You're going into 2023 now, so we really lost almost 3 years of like.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it. Go drive by a movie theater. That people don't go to movies. I mean, you could stream it at home, but that's not creating movie stars anymore.
Right.
I mean, that's creating. I guess it's great, but watch Netflix and try to compare a movie made in, now to what
Can't do it.
You can't. It's a different.
Yeah,
animal,
I agree. Things are definitely changing. Yeah. Is there any recordings? Have you guys recorded of your event? Is there live recording?
Well, I mean, we have stuff on YouTube, but that was one thing that we really.
We're kind of going to do it.
Yes,
next year.
we're going to do something in 2023 that
yes, very exciting.
Yeah, there's no way we're taking the band in and going to recreate Buddy Rich better than what Buddy Rich recorded. I mean, the man is he's the most recorded drummer. I guess I'll say this and then I'll get in trouble. But I'm saying the man, you can hear the guy play. So I'm saying it's not like I'm going to go in and re-record a Buddy Rich classic. You're going to go, my God, I see he's. No, but what we have working in 2023 that we'll definitely talk to you about when it happens. But
a lot of
we gave you many hints throughout this conversation that you'll go, wait a second.
It's in the works.
That guy
It's in the works.
It's in the works that we would record something with the Buddy Rich Band, alumni players, Kathy,
with a couple of special guests.
With special guests that would make this at least bring it to a level that you'd go, okay. Because like I said, no, there are no real recordings of that Greg and Kathy went in the studio and we made Buddy Rich's Love for Sale classic better.
It would have to be all new.
No, it'll be all new but because again, what we try to look at, because Buddy is her father. It's not like she's on a blog site imagining what her father would do. She knew where his head would be at,
right.
What Buddy would dig, So he like when you talk about me playing, the way Kathy's mom would talk to me, it's the spirit of it. It's the spirit of Buddy, as opposed to I see you hit the drum exactly at the right angle, and because like I said, you know how I play. I'm competent, enough to do it, but
it's not easy.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not even. Yeah. I mean, even with these special.
Did you get?
Greg Potter, Buddy Rich drumsticks. It's tough to do, but you too can buy these
if you wanted to.
I'd say even with
I don't know why you'd want to.
Even with my own sticks, it's still a problem. Yeah. Even playing upon
it's a little difficult.
Did you have that you can have?
I'm sorry.
BuddyRichBand.com. Let me but
you can
Greg, did you get a lot of ridicule? Did you get a lot of ridicule when you first started from the Buddy Rich?
Like I was saying, did you see that lawyer you have at the front of your show? I need him on an hourly basis for the ridicule that I put up with. But you know what they always say.
What do they always
You would
say?
think,
Getting in that new friggin' car, really? I don't care.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's what you could say. Potter's.
Well, what you can say is
Potter's
the
big-
ridicule doesn't really make any difference because we're working.
Exactly. And there's another thing. Kathy likes me. You know what I mean?
There
So,
you go.
and that's what I was saying too with like
It works.
the
Yeah,
family, buddies.
but you know what? You've
cousins,
been, look,
you know.
yeah, but you've been in the band long enough. You've already proven yourself.
Yeah.
You've been in the band
Yes.
long enough. You've already proven yourself enough. You have Kathy giving you the blessing. I mean, that's all
Well,
anybody
right.
else that gives you.
That's just it. And like we've been saying about,
She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
well,
And
yes,
yes.
and do I understand it?
We were also
Oh.
talking about this yesterday with
What?
a very good friend of ours
Why do we keep talking to good friends?
because we were discussing this very thing how people now, because you have the internet and you have a computer and you can sit and write horrible things about people without any repercussions other than, you can write back to them and say, whatever. But, people just think now that they
Whatever.
can write whatever they want, mostly based in jealousy, mostly based in, well, I wish I was doing that. And it's usually some disgruntled drummer who's in his mother's basement who can't do anything.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
But
I'm
it's
not
true.
in my mom's
so they get
basement.
on their computers and start, ripping other people apart.
Yeah, but I'm saying yes.
It's
true.
I get terrible ridicule.
I know you do.
Someone they just put up a video somewhere.
No, but you know
and
what,
someone
Greg?
said I look like Jim Carrey. Oh, they said it looks like Jim Carrey playing the drums.
Yeah.
Now that's
And they
Wait a
spelled his
minute.
name wrong.
and they spelled his name wrong. So Kathy writes back,
Could you
at
at
least
least
spell
spell
Jim
Jim
Carrey's
Carrey's
name
name
right?
right?
You know what I mean? So now this man has gotten the I see I got Kathy Rich mad at me now because I spelled Greg right, but I spelled
Jim
Jim
Carrey
Carrey
wrong.
wrong. And
Right.
now Jim Carrey's not on Twitter, so I can't even write back to Jim Carrey to tell him there's a guy that looks like him playing the drums who thinks he's Buddy Rich, but I think he really thinks he's Buddy
There's a
Epson.
guy, right?
But
Um,
you know,
There's a name from the 90s.
Right.
Well,
But you know what? You make a lot of sense. No, you guys make a lot of sense because look, what Kathy said exactly with our good friend Anthony Napolitano, who's a drummer in Chicago. He says it was always the people not working that always have the negative comments. It's all the jealousy and the drummers that
Always.
are working. Which
exactly. And Anthony, I've known Anthony
knows.
since
Greg.
I've known him
And you know
since
what?
high
You
school.
your ass, you busted your ass. Not.
Exactly.
You
And
busted
Anthony's
your
always
ass.
been nice.
You
Always, yes.
Well, and you
Hard
don't
to describe.
realize how much people just see the finished product. They don't realize what goes into bringing that to you. So they just think you walk into a theater and there it is, and that's just.
And
they
why is he
showed up.
doing that? You know, I mean,
it's not how it is.
no, we put this together all the way,
Why
from
can I
the
do that? Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, yes, and
I
say
can do that better.
and say hello to Anthony. That guy's always been cool, and I've known him forever. And there's an example of someone
Anthony Napolitano,
he never said anything rotten. He's been around me, or I've been around him, whatever. I've known him since high school. I showed you that picture of him
I know
standing.
Anthony Napolitano.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
I'm saying there's an example of a
Yeah.
guy that works.
Yeah,
just
Anthony.
Does his thing.
does his work, but he would tell you, yeah, that's probably a tough gig. I don't know if I'd want to do that Love for Sale drum roll. I don't know if I want to. I mean,
Right,
he says
right,
he does,
exactly.
but I'm just saying,
Well,
being a
guys,
drummer,
I-
he would,
Easy.
Don't realize the hard work, but listen, that doesn't make a difference. We got Buddy Rich, of
Does it?
course, daughter. We have the big. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to happen Sunday, folks.
Sunday.
December 4th, 2 o'clock at the Des Plaines Theater, along with Glenn Miller Orchestra. Go to oshows.com. I want to thank Greg. I want to thank Kathy for your time. Thank you
Thank you,
guys so
Tony.
much. Listen, what you
Are
guys
you coming to see us? Are you coming?
so when they go to your shows, I'm unfortunately Champaign Urbana, working
Oh,
out there,
okay.
Champaign. So I won't. But you guys are back in town. I gotta definitely come and see you guys. But
Yes.
if you do.
Absolutely.
You're
Greg, you've always been a
welcome.
Always
professional.
welcome. We'll
You've
come
always
see
been a
you.
professional. And Kathy, guys, thank you so much. Have a great holiday.
Thank
Knock
you.
them dead on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, my good pal
Thank you.
Greg
Thank you.
Potter, and of course, Rich, daughter of Buddy Rich. This Sunday,
Thank you.
it's going to be the Buddy Rich Big Machine, Glenn, this Sunday, Displains Theater,
Woo.
A lot of
oshows.com,
excitement.
2
A lot of
A lot of
excitement.
excitement.
o'clock
A lot of excitement.
afternoon. Go over there. Ooh, thank you guys very much, man. That is the best.
A lot of
All right,
music.
everybody, got another
Thanks
quick
for having
Thanks,
us.
Tony.
guys. Oh, hey, thank you guys. God bless.
Thank you.
Same
And
to
you know
you.
what? It's so cool. Local people do out there performing, keep the music alive. Like I said, there's tribute acts out there, and there's tribute acts out there that try to do. They're not tributing. What they're doing is taking the spirit of Butch and bringing it out there so you people can enjoy it. It's not going to be a guy looking like Buddy Rich. It's not going to be the way. Oh, he didn't sit the right way. He didn't throw the drums. It's not.
There you
Hey,
go.
folks, get that
That's right.
mentality out of your mouth. Buddy
Out.
Rich is gone. There's never going to be another Buddy Rich.
Never coming
This is
back.
the closest
That's it.
you're going to get. This is the closest you're going to get to go enjoy Buddy Rich. Shut up with the
Enjoy the
sarcasm.
music.
Shut up with the insults. Watch these people play. They bust their ass, and they do a
There you
great.
go.
That's what it's about.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And that's what it's about. No, but that's
Thank
what it
you,
is,
buddy.
folks. That's what it is.
Thank-
All right,
thanks,
don't forget
Joey.
another
No, I know.
sponsor, folks. Are experts,
Wait, we could use that.
Rosemont, Illinois. Check them out. Trico Hair Expert, 773-999-7888, recreating hair days. Also, folks, let's think of our other sponsors. My good buddy Danny Mazzi from Armando's Supermarkets up in Elgin, 925 Liberty Street. My good friend Michael and Gigi from Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair. Make sure you check them out. They have many, many locations. We got my
I could use all
wife on the show
Oh,
tomorrow,
bless.
co-host, and we got a lot of good things happening here for you, folks. We just wanted to say hello to everybody watching. Thank you for all your comments. Say hello, but a lot of people say hello, and oh, there we go. Yeah, it's been great, and it's so nice to see you guys all up here. And make sure you go out and support talent. It's very, very important. Here's what I don't
the region's best.
you guys are on the show. If you guys want to jump into something, I don't understand why we only have a couple minutes left, but I don't understand what this big problem with the media, all the big media out there, with the freedom. The CNN just said that freedom of speech is completely nonsense. Now,
Don't get us
with
started
whole
on
Twitter,
this.
Yeah,
You
don't wanna-
definitely don't want to get us started on
You
this.
realize- no, but what I'm trying to say
It's
that Elon Musk with the whole Twitter thing, right? $44 billion his own money,
Yep.
putting this thing out there. Here, I don't like it. You just scroll through it. Why
that's
does
the whole
everything?
thing.
Why can't there be any more free speech?
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kathy, I don't.
when did it become? When did
Yeah.
that start happening? That one side is the only side that can speak what they want to speak, and everyone else is canceled if they speak what they want to speak. That's what freedom of speech is. Everybody gets a voice.
That's it. And now you just got taken off the
Everybody
There you
gets
go.
it, and that's what I don't understand.
No,
and
it's
you make a
ridiculous.
little, mentioned something yesterday. It's crazy. We just mentioned something yesterday on the show about Bank of America. Right now, are giving first-time owners, Hispanics and African American. Now, I understand they're giving up to them people a first-time, no closing cost and no down payment, which is fine.
Right.
I agree with that. To be right, it'd be for all first
Everybody.
owners.
Absolutely.
They might be having trouble. Everybody, first time.
Yes.
If they would have done that, if Bank of America would have came out and said something like that, they would be heroes today. Everybody would say,
Heroes.
a great company. We're doing
Absolutely.
it for everybody. Why just a certain amount of people? There's everybody and different people. They're all suffering right now. How about these new kids that just got an apartment? They just want to move into a new house. They don't have the money. They don't have this. They can't
Yes.
do it. So
Can't
you
do it.
got to do it for, instead of just doing it for one particular bullshit.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make any Please.
And it could only get worse. Just watch them.
And all these
watch
people
them
that are leaving-
welding people into their apartments in China.
Yeah, I mean the situation in the world right now is so insane
Yeah.
that you almost can't wrap your head around it because it's so crazy, and we're supposed to
No.
be. It's like the emperor's new clothes. We're shown something and just supposed to believe it and go with it, even though it's something so insane and ridiculous that it's not right. So luckily I'm not a sheep. Greg's not a sheep. We don't go with the pack.
Right.
We
We'll
have
just-
minds of our own.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at
and
that.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. But let me ask you something, King and Greg. Like you guys with some hoi pull out of celebrities and stuff. I mean, are there a lot of conservatives more out there? More people a little bit more free spirited out
Well,
there?
we can't say
what's
any,
it
we
like?
can't say any names.
But
talk-
wait. Most people don't discuss it.
Right. And
Unfortunately-
we've seen two pretty big. They were quite opposite ends.
Yes.
We
yes.
can't say any names,
who,
but
there's
yes,
total
total
opposite ends
opposite.
of the spectrum.
And yes, there are many people. And okay, we can mention one that we were with, Ted Nugent.
Oh, right.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
that man.
know what Ted-
you know what Ted's about, and he'll
Right.
talk about
Oh,
it. And he did talk right to
we
our face,
know Ted Nugent.
about it. What?
Say again.
Yeah, it's almost scared to mention it now because you might lose your job. You might
Well,
lose
yeah,
your
I mean,
this. You might
we
lose
would-
your
But
that.
see,
God
again,
forbid you
we're
say
talking about
the wrong thing.
Yeah, you could
we're
talk how you
talking
want
about
with Ted.
freedom of speech, but you shouldn't be able to say what you think. Only
Right.
that person should be
Because
able to say what they
it
think.
can ruin your career. I
It
mean,
can.
they actually it ruins your career. I mean,
I
it-
mean,
it's-
you
yeah.
say what
I
you
mean,
will about Kanye
Yeah.
West, but the man speaks his mind, whether it's popular or not. But that's his right as an American.
yeah,
That's his right. You don't have to
and
agree with
no
him.
different with
You don't have to
you know
like
what?
him, but let him speak.
Exactly. Let Bill Maher speak. Let
everybody speak.
Steve Colbert speak. Let him speak. I mean, that I would never say no to Oprah Winfrey. You tell me what you think.
Absolutely.
Great. If I want to follow you, I'll
I do.
follow
If
you.
I don't-
if I don't, that's cool. Let me go watch
There you go.
the Munsters.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? If I
Bingo.
wanna-
You just
Yeah.
Turn it
scroll.
off if you don't like it.
Yes, I don't
you're in
mind
your-
what the other
right.
people say. You know.
You don't have to
Right.
ruin
You're in
people's
your
lives
car.
because you disagree with them.
Sure. Absolutely.
Right.
You're in your
Bottom
car. You don't like the song.
Yeah.
You change the channel.
You
Change
change
it.
the
Change
station,
the channel.
but you don't
You
get
don't
mad at the band that recorded that song. Hey, man,
You
that's
don't
what
cancel the radio
they.
station
That's what
because
they
you
wanted
don't like
to do.
it.
That's what they wanted to record, and they recorded it.
Correct.
and I don't like those lyrics.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean,
Right. I'm still trying to figure
It's
out the
just
words.
crazy,
The
and
girl
I
goes,
feel
"I
bad.
kissed the girl and I liked it." I said, "Well, what's that?" So,
right. So you know and you know, like I said, I feel sorry. Look, I'm going to be 60 in a couple of weeks. I feel bad about the younger generation when they're growing up. They're going to have no idea what the world
no
used to be
idea.
like.
Nope. And that's
No
another
idea.
tragedy. That's I mean, you have kids, so you're going to hopefully have told them or they got to see certain things. But people that are growing up now thinking that this is what it should be like, you wait till the surprise they're going to get when they're 40 years old, when they're 60 years old.
Right.
It's going to,
Yeah,
and I mean,
yeah.
again, you start
world.
to sound like the crazy old uncle, but realistically, your crazy old uncle knew what was happening because he owned a home. You know, it may have been in Aurora, Illinois or whatever, but the guy had a house.
Yeah.
He raised a family.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't get old being stupid, or you get old being stupid. But I'm saying,
Don't get old.
Absolutely.
You
And
know-
look, you can't listen
know what
to
I
this
mean.
music, or you can't read this book, or you can't watch
Well,
this
then you
movie.
might
Have
as
the
well-
You
choice.
can't read this
Have the
book.
You
choice.
might as well
And you
live
can't-
in China or Russia,
Where they weld you into your house.
into your apartment
And it
because
goes-
you can't come out because
Right.
you might give somebody COVID.
Right, and then
So-
it starts on fire, and you're stuck in there because they can't
Right.
get the fire truck close because it has.
The
It
whole
stops
point
you.
of being an American is
Because
having
you
those
can't get it.
rights.
Yeah,
Period. That's it.
right. Remember, that's why we got on boats and left.
That's why we are.
I mean, they went.
That's why we are the greatest. That's why we're in the greatest country
The
in
greatest.
the world. And let's just hope it stays
Yes,
that way.
yeah,
Listen, guys,
exactly. And
We've
Yes,
run
go,
out of
go.
time. Thank you all for being on the
oh,
show. First of all, I want to thank, of course, Greg Potter, Kathy Rich. Thank you guys. We want to thank you all for
Thank
watching
you.
the show. We want to thank
Thank you.
our last sponsor, of course, Patriot Funding Incorporated. When timing everything, call Dave 630-754-7330 Incorporated. Guys, tonight we'll be at Rosario Zaza's Friday, Chicago Prime Saturday. Sunday we'll be in Champaign, Urbana, Shop for the Cops. We're opening 2 nights in Wood. It's going to be a good time on this Saturday and Sunday. Now, guys, please check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, 869-8609. Go to BuddyRichBigBand.com and get your drums, your sticks, your hats, your jersey. Get whatever you got, folks. It's going to be fun. And don't
Get
forget
yourself
to go
a hat.
see my good friend Greg. Go to the Displays
There you
Theater
go.
this Sunday. These guys,
This
the big,
Sunday.
This Sunday. This Sunday.
it's going to be great. This Sunday, 2 o'clock, oshows.com. Remember, folks, buy
Oh,
local,
shows.
shop. Thank you for supporting local establishments, live entertainment, and the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. And we're going to get our good buddy. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you. Have a great
Happy
day.
holidays.
God bless.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody.